Happy Pride Month, everyone, and welcome to FNAF 1. Well, the remake to FNAF 1. This is a remake to my third map. I've kind of lost track by now, but it's a great map, so that's what it matters. Well, the older one was a great map too. That's what I was referring to, of course, but yeah. So we're gonna start by looking around the town, and we've got a bunch of houses, newer houses I've made. Some of these have come from Sister Case, and some of them have come from the FNAF 2 map, but they're all unique looking houses. Some of them are like new houses I've made too for this. Like this is a brand new house along with that. I don't think they were ever used in Sister Casing, and they were made well after FNAF 2. So over here we've got a strip mall. It's very small. It's only got 2 shops here. Both of these are based on buildings from previous maps. This is based on the original FNAF 1, obviously. Or maybe it's not so obvious. I don't expect everyone to know that, but that's what it is. And here is based on the that old hoax image of buddies that everyone seems to love now. And here's just some farmland. You know, like when you look at Hurricane, the real Hurricane. No, sorry, Hurricane. Is it Hurricane? Hurricane. Yeah, Hurricane, Utah. There's a lot of like fields and stuff around it, even like within the town. So I thought I would recreate some of that here. And another thing which is taken from the what was it? The second version of the map, I think. This is the graveyard. It's a lot bigger than that version and more realistic. Not that realism is ever like a huge priority. Well, I mean it kind of is. So I think that's all of the major parts. Well, besides over here. This is a somewhat recreation of that motel that was like across the street in the original maps. I think it was in both of them actually. It never moved position because those maps were actually the same map, I just improved upon them. Here's some more field. You kind of wouldn't really tell when you're on ground level, which is what's really meant to, how you're meant to see it. That's an old house, probably connected to that field in some way. So now let's look at the pizzeria. So from the outside, we have a very clean looking building. You can see the sun going through the leaves here. It's pretty cool. There's a lot of trash, so I don't know if clean was like the best word I could have used. See some covered up windows, well, places where windows used to be, or would have been. Here's an extension to the building, so this wasn't originally there. You can kind of tell when you're looking at it from the top too. So now we go into the pizzeria. So immediately when you enter the pizzeria, you're welcomed by the welcome sign up here. And the you know, I don't know why I forgot what this is called. Sorry. Receptionist? Yeah, there we go. Got it. Alright, we'll walk in now. And here's the main dining room. So of course we got all the animatronics, which when you're doing a role play, which this map is, well, most of my maps are intended for, you just remove the characters here and get some friends to play as them. Price counter. So, thinking where to start. Yes, we'll start coming from over here to there. Maybe, yeah, we'll start with the office. Just coming to here. Also, working doors. Working lights. That's for both sides. You've got the monitors, the cupcake, the fan, you got a locker, a vent in the back. A new cool thing that I've figured out with commands is that you can summon item frames and fix their rotation, so you're not able to rotate these, which is pretty cool because that would be an issue in the previous maps I've made where you would accidentally hit on these and they would rotate, and it would be pretty annoying. This goes to the price counter, which I might as well show this because this is another cool thing. You can go up in the vents. So here we have a trap door and a chain, and the chain is just enough to where you can go over it, but you don't go up. So here, on top of this slab, kind of creates a space that's a bit too tall for you to, too low, sorry, for you to stand up in. So it lets you continuously stay crouched, so you can go up in the vents. Okay, so the next important thing about this map is that I've taken the time and went through every door in the entire map. Not the houses, but the pizzeria. You can open every one of them. So open this, and you can go in the supply closet and be like Bonnie. See, like, somewhere around here, I think. Camera would be up there. I think. Maybe it was right here. I don't know. Okay. So that's all of here. We'll go off the kitchen next. So the kitchen's pretty simple. It's got an back exit, vent, and the oven, pizza oven. The back door works. Freezer. So it's the kitchen. Well, that was the kitchen. So now the restrooms. They're simple. These aren't open, but you can kind of tell because they don't have the buttons. And another cool thing about this map, the safe room. Yeah, it opens just like the rest of the doors. So instead of you having to break down the wall, you can kind of just press the button. Another thing is these fixed item frames allow it so you can have the door here and open it. And you got the door border still. It's simple in here. Nothing special. Okay, yeah, Golden Freddy's no longer in here. Now we'll go... We've done over here, so we'll go on stage. And here's Golden Freddy. We got some suits. Fallen one. Probably gonna be the one that they'll put you in. And we've got the power. So another cool thing here is that the power, it kind of makes a noise. So day shift power and night shift power. So the thing is, the day shift power is the power you turn off and you kind of get the recreation of the game. So like, you turn that off and you got like right here, you got right there that we're going to ports and service. This is the backstage. And you got the hallways. I think the prize counter too. I think. And over there in the bathrooms. And of course you can turn that off too. I might turn them both off. And you got like a power outage. So it's a cool mechanic, gameplay thing. Okay, now we go here. This is... Well, this is supposed to be backstage in the games, but because of recent media, it's kind of just parts and service. Which is fine. Okay, now we'll go to here. So I got this hallway, arcade hall. And it goes to a dead end. Because this is a cancelled part of the expansion that was possibly never completed, ever. And that leads to the dining room. So it's pretty cool in here. You got a small arcade. There's still some arcade games in here. Some of them are in the dining room. I guess this would be like the original arcade games were over here, and the expansion was supposed to give it its own room, but it got cancelled. So that never happened. I don't know if it's like proven or anything that this is what was over here, like an arcade. But in the week before, there are extra rooms over, and they are part of a cancelled expansion. And there is no arcade in the first game, so you can kind of come to that conclusion, but I don't think it's ever like proven. But yeah. Anyways, this hallway goes over to the rest of the expansion, which would have the carousel and the manager's office. Either a manager's office or a secondary office. I'm thinking I would like for it to be like the manager's office. And then here you have the puppet box. Puppet box. Just like FNAF 2. So this is just another supply closet. You got some sauce. like, it's kind of mysterious. Like, you don't really know what's supposed to be over here or what was. So when you come over, it's kind of like, what is all of this? So it's kind of like a big mystery, which is cool. And here goes to another area. But this wasn't a cancelled expansion. This was actually a part of the building at some point. But by the time of the first game, it was closed off. What's over here? We got the, just goes up and that later on my face. The party hall. So, party hall has the party rooms. This is party room 1. Striped party hats and supposed to be confetti, confetti tablecloth. Yeah. And over here we have party room 2. Striped and confetti party hats, which I don't think we've ever seen that before, but it's cool. I like the switch with them. Like it's just the same thing, but flipped to where it's the hats instead of the table, which is neat. And then we have the window, which since this is the first game, it takes place, well, the week after the week before. So this window here would have been broken in the week before by... I have no idea, I actually don't remember. But it was broken. And I decided it would be cool if it was broken still, because Ralph boarded it up. I don't think it was ever fixed. The building is run down. So I left it like that. Or rather, I added that to be like that. So I think that's everything. Yeah, pretty much everything. So that was Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, FNAF 1. Hope you enjoyed the video, and hopefully you download the map and enjoy it. So, goodbye.